Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's Saturday, May the 24th. It's another edition of Unbreakable podcast. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day weekend. Have fun. Have fun whether you're at the beach or like we say around these parts, the shore. Uh, going down the shore and maybe you're home barbecuing like we're going to do maybe today. Maybe at a ball game today, soccer match, or maybe hiking in the woods, whatever you do, whatever. So bicycle ride. Have fun doing it. It's beautiful here in Pennsylvania. Um, about 80 degrees, warm, light breeze, no humidity, blue sky, perfect day. I was outside earlier watering the flowers, and I see that some of this red carbon flying around our pond front den. Not a St. Louis cardinal, not from St. Louis, a red cardinal, the good kind, the good cardinal. And it's just beautiful. Flowers, it's just gorgeous. So, I'm saying we're going to have fun this weekend, as everyone should. I know the shore is packed with people on the beach, sunning themselves, maybe dipping their toes in the ocean water, the Atlantic, even though I hear it's a little chilly. Uh, Walking the boardwalks, having ice cream and pizza, just chilling, having a nice long weekend. Huh? I used to love these weekends. When I was working before I retired, this was the weekend because it would go, I wouldn't have a day off between New Year's Day and Memorial Day. That's a hell of a long stretch, the longest of the year. Once you hit Memorial Day, you just love it. Oh, God, summer's here and it's just a great time. So, ball games, outdoor concerts, all good coming up this summer. But, you know, got to remember the meaning of Memorial Day and why we're here, why we have the freedoms that we do, right? And the liberty. Uh, it's because of soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice before us. And, you got to remember that on Memorial Day, there's two things I really do on Memorial Weekend. Now, get this. Maybe you do too. Well, other than, the usual things I make a point of doing, try to get up to the cemetery to visit my father's grave. He was a veteran. Thank God he wasn't killed in the war, but he was injured in the Battle of the Bulge. Remember the Battle of the Bulge? I probably don't remember it, but you've heard of it. Uh, and so I try to visit my dad. And along with the usual Memorial Day stuff. But there's two things I really try to do. Number one, I listen to a song, and the song is called "Some Gave All," and it's written and sung by Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus's dad. And I don't like a lot of his music, but this song I love because it's about freedom and liberty, and it's about guys who made the ultimate sacrifice in war, in combat, whether it be World War II, the Vietnam War, uh, the Middle East War. It could be any war, but guys who made some gave all. Like this, like he says in his song, all gave some gave all, right? And so it's important that we remember those guys. Um, so they didn't make the ultimate sacrifice, they. And the other thing I try to do too is to watch the movie Saving Private Ryan, Steven Spielberg. Great movie. First 20 minutes or so are really hard to watch. That's the invasion of Normandy, D-Day. D-Day is going to be June 6th. 80 years. Can you believe that? 80 years since D-Day, when our troops and our allies too, stormed the beaches. Omaha Beach, Normandy, got a foothold in Europe there, cleaned the Europe out of those nasty Nazis, get rid of those punks. So, I was looking up a little bit about D-Day, and since the 80th anniversary is coming up, and I was really not surprised, but just shocked when you see these figures. How many people died uh, during D-Day, right? It was just amazing, just amazing. I mean, we had just in the first 24 hours alone of D-Day, 200 and over 201,000 people, Americans, that is, were killed. Think about that. All those people died. 2,501 people died on D-Day. That's just Americans. I'm not talking about English or Canadians or Australians or whoever was with us that day. But almost as much as the people who died in 9/11. That had to be horrible. If you watch Saving Private Ryan, you see that's just a movie. That's a simulation of what it was like. You know, all these people dying and blood and the bullets and the smoke and oh God, it had to be hell on earth. Well, do you know the guy who's a veteran? He lives in Oklahoma. His name is Parker, Bill Parker. He is the only survivor of D-Day. And of all those people who invaded the beaches on June 6th, Omaha Beach, the only survivor of the first wave, that first wave that hit the beaches, all those guys were wiped out by German machine guns. The Germans had what they call these pillboxes on top of the hill. These really how do I say this? Like not forts, but like square barricades, where the machine gunners were nested in there, and they were picking off our soldiers down below on the beach. But what happened was, after the first wave, some people got through. Most of our soldiers were slaughtered. Then we started studying the next wave, the next wave, the next wave. And what helped them out a lot was our boats offshore saw what was happening, and they fired their cannons at these pillboxes and exploded the suckers, took out the machine guns. That's what finally allowed us to invade the beach and eventually into Normandy and the rest of Europe. So, the oldest survivor of that first wave of the invasion of Normandy, Bill Parker, lives in Oklahoma. And I read an article about him. They talked to him not long ago, and he was just saying what it was like, I mean, here, these guys were the kids, 17, 18 years old. They were drafted. Nobody wanted to go to war. Like he said, why would I want to go to war? I had a ranch. I had the prettiest girl in the county. For a young kid, I had it good. Why would I want to go to war? They were drafted and you had to go. Or he remembers getting up at 3:00 in the morning, the day of D-Day, having beads for breakfast. He said, nothing but beads, 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 beads. He also remembers a few hours later climbing down the rope ladder to the boats, and he was in the front of the boat because he was what they called a wire cutter. He was the guy who would go and snip the barbed wire, or he would get rid of if there was any wires like booby traps or something. He was the guy who snipped the wire. So he was in the really front. He was in the front. So he was naturally, guys in the front got it. For some reason, that guy was not killed. But he was saying what a horror it was. Just the blast from the boats, the American boats that eventually took out the German pillboxes. He said it was so loud, he lost his hearing from it, and he still can't hear. So you just had to imagine. He got through to one of those pillboxes, went inside, and found the German soldier was dead. And he said to the German soldier, he said, well, your war is over. Rest in peace. I'm glad you didn't get beat. And it just had to be held, But to hear the words of this guy who survived, again, he is the only person on earth who is alive, the survivor of the first wave on Omaha Beach on D-Day. So it's guys like that, he didn't die from that, but it's guys like that we have to remember on Memorial Day, because a lot of his friends, a lot of the people he went to boot camp with, I mean, this guy trained for 7 weeks in boot camp, and then they flew him over to England, and he trained for another few weeks over in England before they finally got him on a ship and took him down to the French coast. So, a lot of people he knew, kids just like himself, ended up dying and never came home because they were just buried here. If you go to Normandy, you'll see the cemetery with all the white crosses, just like in the movie Saving Private Ryan. So anyway, I thank those guys for their service, and I thank those guys for giving up their life for us so that he could be free. So I can't take our freedom for granted, that's for sure. Especially every day, Coco, my friend, where are you? Speaking of friends, we can't ever take our freedom. So everybody have fun out there this weekend. I'm going to be watching the Phillies. Hey, they lost last night, but hey, you can't win a ball, right? They lost to a stinky Colorado team, but it's all right. They'll come back tonight. Aaron Nolan's pitching. Coco, yay, Coco. And I give the Phillies a pass because they had to travel, and hey, can't win them all. But the Braves lost too, so the Phillies are still 6 games up on Atlanta in National League East. Good. Stay right there, Phillies. Okay, everybody, have a great weekend. Hey, we're gonna have hot dogs and hamburgers. We're gonna have pasta salad and watermelon. We're gonna have we're gonna have the usual picnic kind of barbecue kind of stuff, right? I hope you are too. Hey, grilled chicken, steaks, whatever, right? Enjoy it. You deserve it, and you earned it. This is your weekend to get back and take it easy. For those people working out there, nurses, doctors, essential people that have to work, even over a holiday, we salute you too. Have a good holiday, okay? See you guys early next week. I have another classic TV show that I want to bring to you guys that we want to talk about and have fun with. So I'll see you early next week, probably Tuesday or so. And enjoy your weekend. Take care, everybody. Happy Memorial. See you soon. Peace and love. Bye-bye.